grit beats talent every single time. Introducing the new BF Goodrich all-terrain KO3 tire. Legendary toughness made tougher. BF Goodrich, what are you building for?
Alexander Ford voted Yuma's best in 2024. The discount madness starts now in March with huge savings, like the 2024 F-150 Super Cab 4-wheel drive. Save $7,000 off MSRP. 2024 Expedition Max 4-wheel drive, up to $12,000 off MSRP. And while they last, 2024 Ranger Crew 4x4s, just $35,999. Discount madness continues on Bronco Sport, Maverick, Escape, and Explorer with rates as low as 3.9%. For a difference you can count on, visit BillAlexanderFord.com today.
All right, welcome back, everybody. We are here once again for your Method Race Wheels Fishgistics update presented by Fox Shocks all day long today. Man, that was a fast one. It's 3 o'clock, and these guys were done an hour ago, and they started at 10 o'clock. Literally a 4-hour San Felipe. That is one of the fastest ones that I've seen in a very long time. Yeah, that course was just insanely fast today. And in case you guys just joined us, the winner of the race here, we'll just show you guys. Let's bring up the other screen here. Alan Ampudia. Now remember, these are unofficial. We have to wait and see if there's any VCP penalties or anything like that. But Alan Ampudia is going to be your first place in the trophy truck class and first overall with a time of 3 hours and 55 minutes and 13 seconds. That is insane. That is about a 62 mile an hour average or so. So that is so fast. It's crazy how fast. Luke McMillan, just less than a minute behind him, is going to be let's see, what was he? 51 seconds. 51 seconds behind there at the finish. He's 48 seconds. So 48 seconds back is Luke McMillan. In third place is Rob McCackern, only 10 seconds behind Luke McMillan and less than a minute, 59 seconds behind Alan Ampudia. And then we have Toby Price and Paul Wheel that were 1 minute and 12 seconds off the lead and only 12 seconds behind Rob McCackern. So insane how close this racing was today. Then we have Kevin Thompson and Harley Letner there, followed by Tavo Vadosila, Justin Lofton, Bryce Menzies. Technically, Bryce Menzies is the first two-wheel drive truck to finish because he lost all-wheel drive early in the race. So maybe he can go and steal that trophy. But you know who gets the two-wheel drive trophy? Right here, Cameron Steele. So Cameron Steele, your first score trophy truck two-wheel drive champion. The first one ever, brand new class. Cameron Steele is going to take the win unofficially. However, he did get beat by a trophy truck spec truck, so we got to give Cameron a little bit of crap for that. Look, he got beat by 4 minutes by a trophy truck spec. So what the heck, Cameron? You let a trophy truck spec beat you? Wow, we got to give him shit about that. If you guys see Cameron, make sure you give him some crap. But that means that the 297 finished first in trophy truck spec and finished 10th overall. So pretty high up. These trophy truck specs, they're fast. I mean, we saw Jason McNeil do really good. I think, what was he, third overall before at a race, but now we got a 10th overall here for a trophy truck spec. So congratulations to Jorge. In the 297, the JS Racing truck, the Mason Motorsports truck, going to be your trophy truck spec winner. Adam Fancook, look at this, Class 1. This is the highest we've seen a Class 1 finish in a little while on time-wise, I think. I mean, he's 4:19. That's only about 19, was it 20 minutes out of the lead? That's pretty good for a Class 1 car. Almost only 20 minutes behind an all-wheel drive truck. They're an all-wheel drive Class 1 car, and it looked like they had a really good race to finish there. But congratulations to the RPI team. That is the RPI team right there with their all-wheel drive Alumacraft Class 1 car. So Adam Fancook, Buggy Dork for a long time. I told you guys he was fast earlier. Chad Broughton, also really good run. He's going to be second place in the Score two-wheel drive class. So Chad Broughton with the 2T, throwing it back to Pistol. I know Pistol's favorite race was San Felipe, so I know that Chad getting second in the number 2T trophy truck. Two-wheel drive is all for pistol there. So good job, Chad and crew getting that thing to the finish. Cool to see them get a second place here. Good job on that. Sam Baldy, good finish. Third, two-wheel drive. So the new two-wheel drive class, there you go. There's your podium. Right now it's Cameron Steele, Chad Broughton, Sam Baldy is going to be third, and then fourth is going to be Tim Herps. Fifth is going to be Maverick Gaunt. And then in the Legends class, so we got to scroll back up a bit. Gustavo Vidosla won once again. Gustavo Vidosla and Ricky Sr. These guys, Ricky Sr., Ricky Johnson, Gustavo Vidosla Sr., and Ricky Johnson won once again in Legends class. These guys pretty much win every race. I don't even remember how many races in a row this is now for them. But first for them, second in the Legends class is going to be down here. It's going to be David Payne driving with Larry Rossler. So there you go. LR did a good job. Of course he did a good job. So Larry Rossler finishing there, going to be 18th overall. And that is all of our finishers so far. We've had 18 cars finish. So if we head over to the tracker, and here, let's scroll in a little bit on the tracker here. So that's what's coming on, happening at the finish right now. Let's go find some more classes that haven't finished yet. So we got a bunch of the two-wheel drives, more of the trophy truck specs coming in. But let's go. I'm going to turn these off. We've already had class 1 finish. We haven't had a class 10 finish yet, and we haven't had a Pro UTV open. So let's look at them. They should be getting pretty close. And look at this. Well, no surprise there. Who's out front? None other than Mr. Brock Hager once again, leading a race. Who's behind him, though? Caden McCachran. This is going to be really close on time between these two guys. So definitely going to be really close on time here between Caden and I'm going to look at my sheet real quick. Where did Caden start? Hold on a second here. Scrolling back down, UTV open. Okay, so Brock started third and Caden started all the way back in 16th. That is a big time gap. Caden has a lot of time that he can get on Brock. So he's got, let's see, 1 minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 4 minutes, 5 minutes, 6 minutes. What is that? About 6.5 minutes if I just counted right. Let me do it one more time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.5 minutes. Okay, Caden McCachran started 6.5 minutes behind Brock, if my math is right, and if all these guys started that are on this list. That means that he has to finish less than 6.5 minutes behind Brock, and he will be the winner. So very close right here between these two guys. So Brock Heger, Caden McCachran, got to be within seconds of each other right now, actually, within maybe a minute on corrected time. Behind them, we have Brandon Sims. So Brandon Sims looking fast. He's sitting in the third position. Then it's a little bit of a gap. We got a little bit of a gap back here. We got Max City Jr., so another one of the SCI cars. So we have SCI cars currently sitting in first, second, and fourth physical position. Right there. Behind him, we have Wayne Matlock. Oh, no, but look at Wayne. He's at 0 miles an hour. That's not good for Wayne. You don't want to be at 0 miles an hour there. All right, let's see who else we got. We got to scroll back. We got Ricky here. I'm not familiar with Ricky here. That might be a new name, 1835. Ricky Arnezen. We got Rodrigo and Pudia Jr. There we go. We know that name. So Rodrigo is coming along. What is that, 5th or 6th or so? Justin Smith, Ethan Groom, Sebastian, Kristen Matlock back there. Yeah, so a little bit spread out. It's really going to be Brock or it's going to be Caden, I think. Is going to be first or second there, but really close between those two guys. And you know they both want to beat each other, so we'll see what happens there. So that is how's Rodrigo and Pudio. Oh, he's right there. We just showed you guys. So he's doing it. He's in about 6th position right now. 7th position, actually. Physical. And then Blake Wilkie, I don't know. We haven't seen him on here. Let's see if we can scroll back and find him. Brandon Walsh there. Donovan White. McFadden. I don't know where Blake Wilkie is. He must be back a little ways if he's still moving. I don't see him on the board anywhere here. Oh, there he is. He's at 0 miles an hour, though. So Blake Wilkie is most likely at his pit. That's at check 1 right there. So not a great debut for Blake Wilkie. It looks like he's had some problems. It is a new car. I think this is the first time he's racing it in Baja. This might be the first time he's raced it at all. I forget if he raced King of the Hammers or not with that car. But definitely a new car for Blake and his first time racing in Baja. So that's that. How's Caden Wells? Well, let's go look. So that's the UTV open class. Let's go look at the forced induction class now. Let's see. Where's Phil Blurton at? Is he out front yet? And of course he is. Look at that. This is very predictable, these UTV classes nowadays, how they go. One thing is, when you look at the pro turbo class, no matter where Phil Blurton starts, give him a little bit of time. And if his car holds together, he's going to be in the front. That's just how it is with Phil Blurton. And there he is once again. So Phil Blurton in the lead. Look at this. He's got a pretty good lead now over Caden Wells, actually. So Caden Wells did start back a little ways also. So this might be a good race on time between Blurton and Caden Wells. So those are your first two in the turbo class, Blurton and Caden Wells. Then we have George Cano here. Then we have Carlos, another Joshua Cobb. That one's stopped though. That's not good. And Paul Munoz. So yeah, this is looking good for Blurton. He's just got to get that thing to the finish. He's got a little ways to go though. I mean, these guys are only at mile 185. They have about what's that, 75 miles to go, or something like that. And then 65 miles to go. Yeah, 65 miles to go. It's a little ways to go there. Let's look at another one of the pro UTV, the pro naturally aspirated class. We got three battling it out down here. We got Joe Bolton, and then we got Ricardo Torres, and then we have Eva Starr here. So that is going to be your first, second, and third in the pro UTV naturally aspirated. Going back to the pro stock NA. So this is going to be NA and turbo. I guess it's just both nowadays. They're actually beating the NAs, so this must be turbos as well. So we got Scott in the 39. It was at 08. Then we got the 39.21. That's a really close race. Look at that. We got to zoom in. Look at, they just got even closer, and they both updated at the same time. So this is the battle right here. Look at this. First place between Francisco Beltran. I think that's one of the Papas and Beers cars. And then Scott Bergen here in the 39.08. They are literally on top of each other right there, both battling for that first position on course. So really good race in the in that class. We got Dennis Ramiro back here in third, followed by Andy Chavez and Alfredo back there. Now let's go look at who else. Class 5 Unlimited. We can check on these guys. We got Eli Yee here down at the bottom in first, and then we got Guillermo in the 509 second, and then we got Jesse at 0 miles an hour in a pit area up there, so that's no good. And then we have, let me see. Oops, wrong button. We got to change the class. Class 7, we haven't checked on them much today. Let's look at Class 7. So Dan Shamley, this guy wins everything for every race he's done, except for when the Honda was racing. Dan Shamley right there, 702 is in first. We got Reese Millen. There you go. Reese Millen in the, is that in the Jackal there? In the second position right now. Then we got Randy Bluth. That's the reliable diesel truck down here. And then we have James Bluth over here. This is the Pistol Pete Baja Light truck that I used to race with Phil Casey. So they actually bought it off of Phil. Randy did here. So Randy and James are brothers, and they're both racing their trucks out here. And this one right here is the truck that I used to race. This is a fun little truck. It's Pistol Pete Baja Light truck. So they're out here. Glad to see that thing's still going. That thing's got quite a few miles on it. So cool to see that in Class 7. Let's go look at the 1600 class. Or do we already look at them? No, I don't think so. Eric right here. So we got Eric is in first, 1625. We got Dylan in second. And then we got Daniel in third. And we got Paulino in fourth. So still pretty close there, the top three. A little ways back to the fourth position, but still pretty close in the top three there. And then let's see, where's Robbie Gordon? Yeah, Robbie Gordon is, they were going to fix it, it sounded like. I heard when he was on the phone with Clyde Stacy, the one that owns the truck, said it was up to Robbie if he wanted to get going or not. And then Robbie asked his guys, and they said it was going to take about 3 to 4 hours to change it, the rack, and they were going to try to change it. But let's see if, here, we'll just pull him up for you guys and see. Let's see, is he moving? No, they didn't, they did not get it changed. So it looks like they are back, where is that? They're north of town. I think they're just back where they might still be working on the truck, or they're at a house. I don't know. But he's no, they're at a house. So yeah, Robbie Gordon has taken it back home. They have decided to pull the plug on Robbie's truck. Bummer we didn't get to see the dual engine go, but it sounds like he's going to race it all year. So it'll be cool to see Robbie back in that thing at the 500. Hopefully they can have a little bit better luck then. Let's go look at Class 11. All right, we got some movers. That's always good. Rafael is moving at 23 miles an hour. Then we have the 1111 still moving as well. Oh, no, he's not. He's at 0 miles an hour right now, but that just updated. So he might move again because it looks like he was before then. So hopefully Eric can get going again and see what's going on there. Arthur is moving. He's back a little ways. So I think they have 12 hours to do the race today. I think that's what the time was. I'd have to double check. Pretty sure they have 12 hours though. These guys probably started somewhere around 12 o'clock or something. I'd have to look on my screen and see, but I think they have until about midnight or so. I'll let you guys know for sure next update. All right. Well, anything else you guys want to see? I will do. We'll come back and do one more because I want to see who wins the turbo class. Or not turbo class, maybe. I want to see who wins the UTV classes. So if we go to Pro UTV Open here, and we look at some of our times. Hold on, let me zoom out here real quick. All right, so we have Caden McCachran at mile 211 was winning. So look at this. So Caden was winning at mile 211 over Brock on time. You can see he had about a what is that? 4 minutes, just about 4 minutes that he was ahead. So we'll see if that stays true. And then Brandon Sims was in third. And then in the turbo class, we have Phil Blurton was ahead at mile 160. See, he had a 3-minute lead on corrected time over Caden Wells at mile 160. So we're going to come back and do another update at 4 o'clock for you guys. And we will do that then. What spec truck is Rube in? I'm not sure if he is or not. We'll have to see there. But yeah, once again, big shout out to all of our sponsors that always make this possible. Method Race Wheels, super stoked these guys came on board this year. They're also a score sponsor, so it's always cool to have both there. We got Fox also on board this year. Fox Shocks, all the cars that we have Fox Shocks, so that works out well there. But big thanks to them. VP Racing Fuels, that's what we've always run. That's what a lot of the guys run. VP. Whenever we had our Pro R that we raced Nora with, it ran great on that, and of course BFG. Of course, the best tires out there, although they might have got second today, but I think they had the same amount of flats as the Toyos. So there you go. The Toyo versus BFG debate. Literally, they had Ampudia and Luke had a flat right next to each other, which was pretty funny because they both got it. Maybe they hit the same thing, but they both got a flat right next to each other coming into the finish. So that was pretty crazy to see. Luckily for Luke, his crew was there, kind of off to the side, and they were able to run over. Poor Kyle Kraft had to jump out of Ampudia's and change it himself because he didn't have they didn't have someone there, but they were sitting right next to each other. So that was pretty cool to see at the finish there. All right, so yeah, big thanks to everybody. Monster Energy, it's about time to get one of those because we're gonna do another update at 4 o'clock. We've only done what, 4 of these. That was super fast today. Super fast race. Once again, if you just joined us, here's a look back at the top. Alan Ampudia is your unofficial winner by less than a minute over Luke McMillan. We got Rob McCachran in third, Toby Price fourth, Kevin Thompson, Harley Lettner fifth, Tavo Vidosla sixth, Justin Lofton seventh, Bryce Menzies in two-wheel drive is in eighth, Gustavo Vidosla Sr. is in ninth, Sam Patero is in the first spec truck in his class, 10th overall, Cameron Steele first two-wheel drive, Justin Davis second, Adam Fancook, Class 1 winner right there. There's your first Class 1 winner. Bryce Swaim is going to be fourth there in class. Chad Broughton. And then who else do we have? Jason McNeil just finished. Okay, so McNeil's in. I don't remember if he was before or not. He finished fifth. He had some issues at that silt spot. We saw him drill one of the pylons there, it looked like earlier in the day. The Gaunts are in. They finished fifth in class, and David Payne is in. He finished second in class, and you just saw Chris Miller literally just finished as we were scrolling down right there. So Chris Miller is in sixth position in the two-wheel drive class and 22nd overall. Sean Geiser just finished right there, so he drops down Jason McNeil one spot. So he just finished and takes the fifth position in the trophy truck spec class. All right, come back at 4 o'clock. We'll have one more update for you guys then. So we'll see you in just a little bit. Come back at 4.
At Baja Designs, we have lights for all on- and off-road enthusiasts. For 30 years, we have been lighting up the night. We are Baja Designs, the scientists of lighting.